Hello and welcome to Damu's Popcorn News, part of the Damu Media Empire. The Abraham Lincoln assassination. Mr. Moto, international man of mystery, is on the prowl. You may recall how back on January 26, 2012, Damu's blog had reported upon Mr. Moto having been seen in Syria. The word on the street is, where Moto goes, trouble follows. Moto had been spotted in earnest conversation with a fat man wearing a fez hat at an outdoor cafe in Damascus. The Leaky Wiki watchdog group has released documents and videos and photos which they have uncovered showing new activity for Mr. Moto. It seems the inscrutable Moto had been so busy spying on other people that he forgot other people might spy upon him.
Is this a private conference or are we broadcasting? Where does this line lead to?
To my office.
The Damu Popcorn News caught up with Mr. Moto and found him in some god-forsaken place, sleeping on an army cot. We asked Mr. Moto, "Have you a comment?" But Moto could neither confirm nor deny.
I'm so sorry, but that was confidential.
The Damu Popcorn News is combing through the batch of Leaky Wiki releasements and is analyzing them. For now, we have found merely one short vignette, which we now release to the public.
I refuse to resign and leave the decks clear for your Mr. Moto.
Moto, is he coming?
Well, that's news to me.
Just a moment. Colonel, how did you know Mr. Moto was coming here to work with us?
It's my business to know.
Well, Governor, Uncle John, don't you think it's a little unfair to Colonel Castle to bring in a private investigator?
I agree with Josh that it's unfair to pick
Sutter, you have no voice in this government.
I beg your pardon, Governor, but I've got a big interest in this. My ships are suspected of being used by the smugglers.
Mr. Moto seen in Syria, and soon enough, trouble follows. Mr. Moto connected with smuggling. The newly released Leaky Wiki batch has Moto on a so-called Danger Island, said to be in the vicinity of Puerto Rico. What is he up to? What can we expect? Puerto Rico is near the Guantanamo detention facility, where persons have been held without trial for years now. They are being used, it is alleged, for human experimentation. something called learned helplessness, as you can see in the following video.
The torture report, which was released last year, mentions 2 psychologists hired to develop interrogation techniques for the government. Meet James Mitchell and Bruce Jessen, masterminds of the CIA torture program. According to lawsuit documents, their method was based on the concept of learned helplessness, which previously had only been tested on animals.
Learned helplessness is a concept developed by psychologist Martin Seligman to describe his experiments with dogs, where he would use certain electric shocks, certain terrible experiences, so severe, so continuous, and sometimes so arbitrary, that even without the electricity being implemented, even if the situation were safe, they had no capacity to assess that. They learned to be helpless.
For the first time, James Mitchell and Bruce Jessen were going to test that theory of learned helplessness on human beings. So this was human experimentation. It was their belief, once you destroyed them psychologically, they would be compliant to the interrogator's demands for information.
Such experiments have been banned since World War II. Plus, torture turned out to be ineffective, providing false or no intelligence at all. But the worst part is that those behind these techniques made a fortune, over $80 million.
Experiments done on dogs and other animals in the attempt to induce learned helplessness. The experiments advance. They are done upon human subjects, allegedly. But how soon will it be before we see the learned helplessness coming to America? Maybe it has already gotten here. Do not try to comprehend it all. Nay, just eat the popcorn.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Happy trails.